You are having a great Wednesday, hump day. Welcome to Cooped Up Live, where I just talk about whatever the hell shit I want to talk about. Yes, that's it. Me and my potty mouth. While we're waiting on folks to join, coopedup.com is my website. You can check that out at any time, wherever you are on the social web. I'm Cooped Up as my handle in all of the social places. I would love a follow, particularly if you are on the Instagrams. And then wherever you watch or listen to this, it's on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, as well as in rebroadcast on all of the major podcasting platforms. Would love a follow, click the bell, subscribe, whatever it is, so that you don't miss a second of it. And last but not least, just like my mama has done here. Hi, Mama. Please comment away. Just keep in mind there's about a 20-second delay between the time I say the words and you hear them. So sometimes I don't understand the comments, but please comment away. Hey, Eric, how you doing today? Made it safely home from Iowa and escaped the cold too. That's good. So I had two big things that were news in my world today. Both of them start with M. Depending on the day, both of them are crazy, but one of them is less crazy than the other. Madonna. Let's go to, so yesterday, I don't know if it was yesterday, but I learned about it yesterday. Madonna announced her New World Tour, its greatest hits. It's to celebrate 40 years in the biz. It feels kind of like a farewell tour, although I don't think that she would ever call it that because she's too vain and youth obsessed and all that to ever think about things like that. So I thought, oh, you know what? Just like I did for the Lizzo concert, just like I did for Dua Lipa last year also, I'm going to organize a suite at the American Airlines Center. I love it. It's great. It's a little bit more expensive than regular tickets, but you have room to dance. You got catering. You got a bathroom close by. The seats are more comfy. Good parking, all that kind of stuff, right? Check, 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 check. Well, so I emailed my guy last night. Glenn is his name. I said, Glenn, send me the deets on the Madonna show. I saw that she's coming. Tickets go on sale on Friday, by the way, but they're already in pre-sale right now if you have a Citi card. And so this morning he emails and says, well, I don't have pricing yet. I don't know when it's going to come out. That's not unusual. Like for Lizzo, for example, on ticket sales day, I don't remember what day they went on sale, but it was in like March or April when they went on sale. They did not know the amount that the suites were going to cost. And so they were taking deposits. I had to put like $2,500 down to be on the list so that when it came time to start selling them, that I would be one of the people that they called. That happened in July. So a good like 3-4 months later, right? So that's not unusual. So I expected about the same for Madonna. Well, about an hour later, I get an email from Glenn saying, okay, we have the pricing on the Madonna suites, and brace for it here. By the way, just as a point of reference, before I'm going to back up on this, the Dua Lipa suite cost about, I think it was about $3,500 for 18 people, and then add a couple $100 on there for catering as well. Or actually like $1,000 for catering, if we're being honest. And then for Lizzo, it was $6,500 plus that kind of thing, right? You get like a $500 catering credit, but it's not worth anything. $500 in like food and beverage credit gets you like 4 bottles of wine at American Airlines Center. So, and like Kim Crawford wine, not even like expensive wine. But so $3,500 for Dua Lipa, $6,500 for Lizzo. So I was thinking, you know what? This is Madonna. It's her greatest hits tour. It's probably her last tour ever. All of this kind of stuff. I'm not a huge Madonna fan. I know the Gay Mafia is going to take away my membership card for that. I feel like some brave souls, myself included, have come out and said, you know what? I'm not the biggest fan. I like her hit songs. I don't like her behavior necessarily. Never seen her in concert. And I don't really like the way she's like youth obsessed and all that as much. Says the guy with the forehead full of Botox, but there's not, that's neither here nor there. But, and actually my Botox is expired. But so I was like, okay, so I'm thinking maybe $12,000 for the suite, maybe $15,000, maybe everyone who goes into the suite, if we get 18 or 22 people into the suite, if we all pay like $1,000 per head, We have a great time. We have good seats. We have food and beverage. We have a bathroom close by. We have parking, all that kind of stuff. Because, by the way, the general tickets are the floor seats are like in the 700s, and the in like the first bowl, like the first ones that go up, which are actually my favorite seats if I'm sitting in regular seats, is those are going for, I think it was like $600, $700. So I'm like $1,000 per person. That's not too bad. So here, drum roll, please. Let me see if I can. I think I can do it. Can I do a drum roll? Oh no, that's comedy. That's after the fact. I should have done that. The For 18 people, it was $25,000. For 22 people, it was $29,000. And then for the suites that are, and by the way, this is just like the average suite. This is like it's not the poor man's suite, but it's not exceptional by any means. The exceptional suites, which are called the flagship suites, were starting at $36,000 for like 18 to 20 people or so. So yes, Amanda, you win. Yes. Pit seats were $2,000. She was crazy, right? And the pit is just general admission. We're all too fucking old for that. How does even Madonna think that anyone's going to do that? And how is anyone who can so basically, here's my thing. If you are physically capable of standing for that long, she also shows up 2 hours late. I want a suite because I want the sofa to sit on while we're waiting on her, and I want the drinks to drink, and I want the bathroom close by. So but if you can afford to be tortured like that, standing there waiting 2 hours for her to start, no seats, general admission, all of that, how are you, if you're that young, how are you expected to have that much money? $2,000 to even sit there. Crazy. And the spot between the pit and the main stage was like $7,000 a ticket. Crazy to me. I'm like, damn it, no, So I'm fine. I assure you they will make a concert special. I assure you that someone will video this damn thing, and it's going to air on HBO Max or Disney Plus or something like that, or Amazon, Netflix, something. I will be happy watching that and saving all my money for that. So hard pass for me. Zach is saying she has to keep up her filler. That is so true. And hard pass Raven is saying, I agree. I'm like, I saw that and I'm like, and that includes, so $25,000 for the suite. And that is for 18 people, $29,000 for the suite. If it is for 22 people, you get 5 parking passes with that. So not even enough parking passes for everyone who's in the suite. And then you get like a $500 food and beverage credit again. That gets you almost nothing. So for that many people, you don't even have to do the full spread. But if she's going to be 2 hours late, you're going to have at least some hot dogs or something in there, chicken tenders, something. But normally I spend all of the money. I spend like $2,000, $3,000 on wine and beer and vodka and sodas and stuff. And then I might get like a thing of popcorn for $75. It's like this big cone of popcorn. Maybe a small little cheese tray just for someone, just to cut the booze a little bit. But Zach is saying if it were Celine or Barbara, I'd consider it. Madonna, no thanks. The last concert I saw pre-pandemic was Celine Dion. And now knowing what we know, yeah, maybe. Carrie and I are flying out to Las Vegas and what's the next one? Like 3 weeks. February 11th, I believe, is the date. We're flying out to Las Vegas to see Adele, Weekends with Adele. I think we paid $725 per ticket. They're decent tickets. I wouldn't say they're exceptional. Fortunately, she gets out and walks around, and the section that we're in is immediately in front, and we're like 4 rows in from where she walks. So I'm there for that. And we're going to have to pay for the flight out there and all that. I used points, though, for that. So Madonna celebration tour, Jeff is saying. I'd have more fun celebrating myself at those prices. The Jeff celebration tour. I mean, so all in, say you go with so if you're going to go for 18, you might as well go for 22 at this point. So say you're at $29,000 plus all that catering for that. You're easily at $35,000 for this thing. I've put down payments on homes or my down payment has been less than that on homes. I've actually owned cars, outright owned cars, that were less expensive than that. So yeah, I'm like, eesh. Uh, saw Brian is saying he saw her at World Pride. No need to relive it. I've also heard she's not great in concert. I mean, the diehards will say, "Oh, how dare you? How dare you?" But I've heard she's just old lady writhing around on the thing. So, um, Mom is saying counter it. Yes, Mom, spend every last dime. So did you end up getting seats and no suite? No, I am not that interested in. So I was only interested in like the nostalgia aspect of it. I was interested in the spectacle of it. I would have spent $1,000 all in for a grand experience with a bunch of my good friends, all that kind of thing, right? But I hate floor seats, hate them, because they're all flat. Fortunately, I'm tall. I can see over everybody, but they're flat and the seats are never comfortable. They're too crowded. The bathroom is a million miles away because you got to go and the climb. Drinks are also too far away. It takes forever to get out of there, all that kind of stuff. So the other nice thing about being in a suite is we usually hang out in the suite for about 20 minutes after the show is over. And we watch them like taking it down. And by then, by the time we get to our cars, there's no line to get out. And so it's totally worth it. Well, and here's the other thing. So it's an 8:30 concert on a Monday night in Dallas. So, and again, 8:30 Monday night. She's going to start 2 hours late because that's what she always does, notorious for that. So it starts at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night on a Monday night. That's a hard day for people old enough to afford it and to actually even care about Madonna, frankly, to live with themselves on Tuesday. My kids wouldn't be going to school the next day if that were the case. I'm not getting out of bed if I didn't get in. You know what? I am more likely to see 2 o'clock in the morning if I'm getting up for like an early flight or just getting up to pee or something than I am to see 2 o'clock in the morning because I stayed up continuously until then. So, no. Other people are like, I got tickets for 400. I'm like, where? Where did you get them? So, anyway. So that was the first kind of drama of my day. By the way, if you're watching, we have a lot of people watching today. Comment away. There's about a 20-second delay. It's not really live. It's live plus 20 seconds. Don't know why they do it because I still drop F-bombs and all of that here. So Amanda is saying, if I'm paying money, which I am, I want to be able to see her sweat. I'm seeing her that Thursday in Austin and making a whole weekend of it. I'm not a big enough fan. You know, I saw Celine Dion in Las Vegas, and we had seats so good. We were in row F. Seats so good that we could hear the music coming, or we could hear the voice coming out of her mouth, not out of the microphone. I loved that. But, you know, if I were a Madonna super duper, like gargantuan fan, maybe. And you know what? I think that she is telling us that this is her last tour and that she is just grabbing all the cash she can. Disrespectful, offensive, honestly. I think that it's like borderline criminal. Like just these prices, crazy to me. How much were the Rolling Stones? They weren't that much, right? How much are, and you know, I don't know. Madonna is it's fun and all, but just she's cringe now too. She's just so creepy the way she I don't know. And I try not to be ageist. I appreciate that she is aging the way she sees fit. That is her prerogative. I try not to talk about her appearance very much because that is her prerogative. Totally get that. Totally, if she wants to dress that way, do that way, be that way, all that way, go for it, girl. But it's just not my thing. Not gonna go see it. So, Adine is saying, "Love an F-bomb." Fuck yeah. Sandy is saying Madonna is creepy. It's not aging. It's the stories that pop up in the media. Yeah, and supposedly her Instagram has been really, really bizarre lately, and to the point where she deleted all of it and then she announced the tour. So I don't know. I loved her when I was younger too, Sandy. Like I've been a little gay boy growing up in the Rio Grande Valley. We didn't get that level of like culture all that much, but those are some New York prices, honestly. Anyway, so the other thing is, Mason took his IC test. It's ISEE. It's for private schools. It's like the SAT, ACT, for all private schools in the United States, basically. Hard as fuck test. Like embarrassing. Like we had to coach Mason to not be down on himself that he did not know things because he had not learned them yet, because they use the same test for 8th graders through 11th graders. You wouldn't need it in 12th grade because you're not going to private school anymore after that. But it is, to me, it was harder than like the SAT, because at least the SAT is based on things that a 11th or 12th grader should reasonably know. This is a notoriously difficult test. Well, he retook it yesterday because the first time he took it in November, he did fine on one section. There's 4 sections. Fine in one section, okay in 2 sections, and then just like bombed one of them. And so we're retaking it and paid all this money for him to go through this training. We've been practicing with him. He's had no weekends. It's been terrible. And so yesterday he took it, and normally it takes about 24 to 36 hours to get the results to you, which I do not understand why, because it's an all online test and all of that stuff. And so I have been checking my email and the website, the portal where they put the results, like I am waiting on a pregnancy test, y'all. I mean, like every 10 minutes, I'm looking at one or both to see if they posted it yet. And you know what's going to happen is it's going to post as I'm on with you. I'm going to get a little text on my screen. I'm going to see it saying your results are in, and then I'm going to be like, peace out, bitches. I'm going. So anyway, back to some of the Madonna comments here. Amanda's saying she's heard people say that she looks like an alien now. I mean, that may be worth watching. I mean, because she does look unusual. For her. Again, I try not to overly comment about, because I make appearance choices too. My hair is not naturally blonde anymore. It used to be. My forehead is not naturally smooth anymore. It used to be. My teeth are not this white naturally. They used to be. My eyesight, I've had my corneas burned, LASIK basically, or LASIK is what it is, so that I could see better. I put on so much cream in the mornings, and in the evenings, I look like a glazed donut for about the first 30 minutes and the last 30 minutes of the day. So I'm not throwing some. Half the time I have painted nails. Do not today. Wear a scarf or a bandana, whatever. So Donita is saying, I went and saw her last time she came through, and it was one of the worst experiences. Got good seats, then had to wait for 2.5 hours for her to take the stage. This is my thing right there. It was a school night. I just didn't have it in me to stay the whole show. And if you have good seats, it means you have terrible seats. Like good seats, good as in proximity, mean they're very uncomfortable, and they're very crowded, and they're probably very hot. So, Kelly's saying I haven't paid attention to her since about 1986. I'll have to see what all the fuss is about. Again, it'll be on TV. I promise you. It'll be on HBO. My bet is that HBO Max will pick it up, because I think her old concerts used to always be on HBO. And if we're doing the nostalgia thing, I would do that. The last Elton John concert, the one that was here at Globe Life, which I'm so glad that is the worst concert venue ever. I'm so glad she did not pick that or American or AT&T Stadium. But at Globe Life, they filmed the same exact concert, but at Dodger Stadium, and aired it on Disney Plus about a month afterwards. I enjoyed watching it on TV way more than I enjoyed being there. I also got very drunk and started barfing because it was hot as balls in there too. Adine is mentioning her face. I'm all for aging, Botox, whatever floats your boat, but she doesn't even look like herself now. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's her thing. I don't know. So, Brian is saying he's seen her many times and late every time. I know, it's crazy. And Adine wants my Cooperisms about looking like a glazed donut for the first 30 minutes and last 30 minutes of the day. That's how this is pushing 50 years old, y'all. I am 48 going on 49. But you want to see Madonna do Disco Inferno. You know what? If I'm paying to see a Madonna greatest hits concert, I don't want to see her do a damn cover of any fucking song. I want literally the greatest hits. I don't want a new song. I don't want a song that's like one of the B-sides that no one knows. I don't want a song that she even feels really, really good about, but wasn't particularly popular. I want to basically go on Apple Music, search for Madonna, in the first 30 songs on there. I want her to sing them in that order. Maybe not that order, but I want those to be the only songs that it is possible for her to play. I barely like going to concerts and you see somebody and they mostly sing stuff from their new album. That bothers me so much. One or two, like the major covers, yes, but I want classic J-Lo. That's what I want. So, anyway, the back to that. Oh, another thing, talking about Mason. So it's Madonna and Mason today. It actually should be the title of this. So y'all know for Christmas, the kids finally got cell phones. We're a wait till 8th family. They were not getting a cell phone until they were 13 and in the 8th grade. And so this Christmas, the stars aligned for that. And so they both got iPhones. So we're less than a month in. Claire's is attached to her at all times. Mason half the time forgets his. But it is funny because Mason's cell phone number obviously used to belong to a Trumper named Joyce, because the texts he is getting are comedy gold and he wants to respond to them. I've told him not to, but I think we may have to start soon. He is getting all this stuff, Joyce, blah, 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 just asking these random questions. And Joyce, that's got to be an old lady, right? Yeah, older lady. And also she's a Trumper, so that tracks too. And then the political ads that he is getting on here, they are so fear-based. It is bonkers. Like, no wonder the Republicans, and I try not to talk politics too much on here. I try not to opine too much about that. I'll talk about them, but not my politics specifically. I'm making an exception with this. No wonder why so many of these older conservative Trump people are so fucking scared of the world. The text Mason is getting look like a terrorist attack. I mean, it is every fear-based word: attack, the war on, everything is so emotionally charged. And then, of course, it ends with text this number to donate such and such, or reply with how much you want to donate. So, and yes, Joyce did. Exactly. Why would Joyce have a new cell phone number? Why would she have she's a dead old lady who was very, very active in the Republican Party. That is what it is. Maybe it's Joyce Meyer. Talk about, hey, flip side of that same cosmetic surgery conversation. Joyce Meyer is fascinating to me. I actually enjoy watching Joyce Meyer. I share a lot of her beliefs about like the self-confidence and just like the straight talking part of it. I don't necessarily share a lot of the social conservative stuff. Well, I actually don't. But that lady right there, she is the Joker. She has been pulled so hard. Yes. Her lips, what lips? Sandy, what lips does she have? She's been pulled so hard that she makes Reba McEntire look like Tina Turner. Another Cooperism for you there, Dean. And again, you don't want the B-sides. Preach. That should have you pushing 50 tapes and B-side. Yeah, no, anyway, Jackie saying couldn't tune in until now. How much were Madonna tickets? The suite was $29,000, included virtually no food, and it was for 20 or 18 people. No, 22 people. So that's it. Anyway, but yeah, Joyce did. I didn't even think about that until just now. Until y'all said it. Amanda, thank you. That I need to tell Mason that he's got a dead old lady cell phone. Okay, I'm going to tell him that, and then I'll report back tomorrow to y'all about what he said, what his reaction was. That he has a dead old lady's phone. Ooh, what if his phone number's haunted? Poor Mason. We already don't let them keep the rules of the cell phones are they're not allowed at the dinner table ever. You're not allowed to stare at them in the car unless it is a longer trip than 10 minutes or so. I want your talking to me, looking around, observing your world, and maybe even longer than 10 minutes. You can't get anywhere in Dallas in 10 minutes, 30 minutes. And then they have to live downstairs. Like at night, there we have a charging station in the kitchen. That is where they live. It's the only place that they're allowed to live. So, and can we all call and text pretending to be Joyce's friends? Oh, I should do that. Oh, that would be hilarious. My mother, ever the moral authority that she is, wants Mason to catfish them. Yes. He needs to start asking for money. Send him a Venmo. Yes. Uh, reply to the text is a dead person. Boo. We'll scold. Is she still rocking the English accent? Oh, talking about Madonna? I don't know. She has kind of that like European accent. It's not even really British or English. It's just kind of. I feel like Gwyneth Paltrow has the same one. Good idea, Dean. Madonna drag queen impersonator for $2.90. Screw that. They will lip sync all the greatest. She's gonna lip sync all the greatest hits too. I guarantee you, she's not singing live at this concert. I mean, y'all have seen her. Some of y'all have. Does she sing live? Do you care? I would rather her lip sync and come on time than be late and live sing. Honestly. So anyway, and then the last thing I had on my card to talk about, my cooped up note card here, was. Do y'all ever get suckered, maybe after a couple of glasses of wine, bottles of wine, buying stuff that you see on TikTok or on Instagram? I warned my children about this. Claire bought, like, back in June, bought like a Squishable, like this one of these animals that's squishy and stuff. And 3 months later had not arrived. I started trying to get the money back. It got really weird. The email was from a weird company, and finally got the money back. But turns out it was like direct shipping from China, and they were wanting to have enough so that they could make them and then send them, basically, is what they were doing. And that happens a lot on the things that you see on Instagram and TikTok. Thinking that I'm the savvy consumer that I am, I saw something on there. It's one of these like old timey like flip boards, like all the letters flip like that. And there's one out there. It's called like VersaBoard or something. And it's crazy expensive. It is like $3,200, right? And it looks cool though, and I want one so bad. But then, and maybe they're watching, and maybe they'll send one. I'll even put a special message here on my set behind me. But I saw one on, I think it was on Instagram, and it was called Idea Board. And I think it was like $200, which if it's too good to be true, it probably is, I know. But I was like, I'd had some drinks and I had $200 burning a hole in my pocket. So I was like, I'm going to give it a try. So I ordered it. And here's the thing. Within like 2 days, I got a shipment notification from them that it had been shipped. So I was like, okay. So then I went and started the tracking number. I'm like, it's coming from China. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not what I was expecting. But then even then I thought, okay, well, maybe it'll eventually get here from China. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. That sort of thing. So it's 45 days later now. It says that it has made it to the United States of America. It's gone through like China Post. It's gone through Yangwen, some other shipping company in Hong Kong and China and all that stuff. But it's supposedly in the United States somewhere since December 19th. I'm guessing it's caught in customs if any of this is true. But the Idea Board, it was shopideaboard.com was a website. Doesn't work anymore. It doesn't have anything. And here's the thing. Normally, for me, if it is in the shop app, so there are certain websites where if you can buy it and you can do it in the shop app, it tracks all the stuff. Those are usually more reputable companies. And so that convinced me that this is what I was going to do. And Sandy saying, yes, I've been suckered into buying stupid stuff on Instagram and Facebook. Yep. And same direct. Yep. Adine has done it. So I'm not alone in my idiocy. And Sandy says, I won't do it if I don't know the company. Yeah, again, there are things that it was in the shop. It took me to the shop app and I thought it was reputable, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, here we are. Sean is saying bougie is the word you were looking for. I don't know what that is in reference to. I can't remember what I said a few moments ago, but bougie always applies. Anyway, I'll keep you posted on that too. Maybe it'll arrive tomorrow. Doubtful. And it's probably going to be like a wish thing, like my expectation versus what I get, that sort of thing. So we will see. Alrighty, well, that's all I got today. Let me look through the comments and make sure I didn't miss anything. If you want to get any last words in, you have about 20 to 30 seconds. And I'm gonna keep you posted on the Joyce thing. Poor Mason. I didn't even think about the dead lady part. And someone asked, was it Stephen Tosha? Did you ask about sweets? I thought something about that. I'll send you the info on it. And they wanted the deposit by noon today in my case. So I was like, I'm not, and 50%. I was not going to come up with $15,000 today to put on the line for Madonna to tie it up and all of that kind of stuff. So anyway. Alrighty. Well, with that, I'm going to say bye. I love you. It's important to know you are loved. I love that you watch this. Thank you so much. I love external processing, and I love doing it with friends and family. So, and with that, I will see you tomorrow. Take care of yourself. I'll see you tomorrow at 4:30 for another episode of Cooped Up Live. Should I say? Talk to you later. Bye.